Police have rearrested a 43-year-old man accused of using his stepdaughter as a sex slave for 5 years. He was first arrested yesterday. Now, this was after residents of Verulam outside Durban discovered that a 10-year-old had been held captive. The suspect had been living with the girl's mother since her mother's death. When community members entered the suspect's home, they found used condoms and pornographic material. They freed the girl before severely assaulting the suspect. He was handed over to the police but managed to escape from hospital. Now, joining us on the phone line on this very matter is Vinod Singh, SAPS Reaction Unit South Africa Operational Manager rather. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Now, details around the story are a bit sketchy. We keep reporting that he was rearrested, but can you take us through all the events leading up to the arrest, perhaps escape and then rearrest?
Members of Reaction Unit South Africa were called out to the scene yesterday afternoon, shortly after 5 o'clock. The call-out was regarding a man being assaulted by a community. Upon our arrival, we found several people, including women, assaulting the man. It was established that he was wanted he was being sought for the rape of his 10-year-old stepdaughter, who was on scene at the time. Community members interviewed her, and she confirmed that she was being raped over a period of 5 years. The suspect was placed under arrest and handed over to the South African police, who transported him to a provincial hospital for medical attention due to the injuries he had sustained in the assault. This morning, the South African police contacted us to inform us that the suspect was no longer at the hospital and requested assistance in locating him and rearresting him. Information was circulated, and an informer contacted Reaction Unit South Africa, stipulating that the suspect was in the Phoenix area. Reaction officers proceeded there and managed to rearrest him once more.
So has he been now formally charged, or what's the latest?
Well, he is in custody at the moment at the Verulam SAPS. He was once again mobbed by a large crowd today, who recognized him and realized that he was being sought for rape. He was severely assaulted by the public today. So he's currently detained at the Verulam SAPS, and he may be transported to hospital under police guard for medical attention.
Now, this is a serious crime. I mean, you're going to be accused of raping your stepdaughter over a period of 5 years. Certainly, he needs to answer for that matter. But I suppose it defeats the purpose if perhaps you find a man that then dies and didn't answer for such a crime. What has happened now with the community that continues to take such matters into their own hands?
Well, the community was enraged at the time, and nobody could be pinpointed for the assault due to it being a large crowd. And obviously, upon arrival of law enforcement or first responders at the scene, the crowd generally disperses and withholds information. They would not disclose as who's responsible or solely responsible for the assault.
And then as for the young victim, did you perhaps take her to a safe place where has she been at least assisted in that respect and not staying alone in that house?
That's correct. The victim is currently being seen to by the welfare department, and for our own safety, we would not shed more information regarding her whereabouts currently.
No, certainly. Thank you very much, Mr. Singh.